Hi everyone, welcome to this new series of videos. This one I'm calling If I Had a Million. So basically I'm going to be going around the different regions of France thinking that I have €1,000,000 in my pocket to spend on a property. I'm going to be going through the main, let's say, prestige agencies to see what they've got. And if all goes well, I might do a second video where I'm going through the not prestige agencies to see what they got. Always aiming at the more chateau-esque type of properties, manor houses, chateaus, something with a bit of character. If you watch some of my videos, you will know that I don't actually care much for modern houses. And, well, let's get into it. So, to start with, here I went onto the Barnes website and put in like a budget of £1 million in Brittany, and let's see what they got. Just looking through here. Yeah, I looked through it. But the only one which I should take of any interest to me is this property here. They got down marked as Chateau in Lorient, 9 bedrooms, 640 metres square, at €795,000. Does that load up here? And as you can see, it's almost like a film decor. In a way I love it, but in a way it makes me panic. In the sense that, yes, you actually really have the authentic chateau here. But is everything else authentic, as in wiring or electrics or whatever else, basically? I think it'd be very interesting to look at, certainly, in the sense that if you are going for the authentic side of things, well, I think you've got everything you need here. After that, no doubt a bit more work than others to bring it up to spec, but I like it. One thing that makes me laugh though is actually this is Barnes International. I'm going through their photos. As you can see here, very colourful property. Kitchen's up to date. Not the nicest one, but up to date. But there's no actual outside photos. So you go, oh god, what am I supposed to make of that? Well, you know me. I actually know which actual chateau this is, and to give you an idea, that's the outside of it. So yes, certainly a nice looking chateau, very Renaissance style chateau there. Very interesting insides, and fairly reasonable price actually when you think about it, because actually, like I said, €795,000 down here. Land size, how much do they say? 21 rooms. How much land do they say it has? Well, them being then, they don't actually mention it. 1.5 hectares. Which is fine if you ask me. Like I said, everyone thinks about 5 hectares for a chateau, but do you need 5 hectares? Well, some people will, yes, but most of us won't. But like I said, so €795,000 on their website. Not showing outside, I don't really know why. Like I said, with prestige agencies, you have to ask the question sometimes. Do they want to sell the house or not? And this property is situated in Arsenault, which is down here, fairly close to the coast, probably about half an hour to the actual southern coast of Brittany. This is Rennes here. We've got an international airport. We've got Nantes down here, a national airport. That drive there is probably about an hour and a half. And that drive there is probably about, well, slightly less than an hour and a half. So, interesting property, certainly. But a bit of work to be done. But I quite fancy it myself. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Oh yeah, I went on to the Cabinet Lanai website, which is another big agency. And basically, well, in Brittany, they under €100 million, they've only got 4 properties. This one down here, hopefully I'll be doing a full video on very soon. But stay tuned for that. So, but I won't hang around on them because there's nothing really gets me buzzing and such. Then I went on to the Crete immobilier website, the Agence Parisienne, and well, they got 2 pages of properties which, well, just seem like very boring. Well, not boring, not houses, but houses which are nothing special, just very well situated, i.e. you've got a sea view, that sort of thing. I don't think that's a valuable argument. This chateau here, I mentioned in another video today, yeah, it looks interesting, all this sort of thing, right next to a big farm, so all of a sudden not as interesting. And the others are, well, modern villas or renovated properties which have been renovated the heart out of them. Or you can buy this church in Quimper which has no land or anything. Like I said, it doesn't really do it for me. Then I went onto the Mercure agency website, and they got 9 results in Brittany under $1 million. Brittany is a relatively expensive area when it comes to countryside houses. If you watch the other videos, you will see that there are more interesting properties available in different areas for the same price bracket. And basically, the only one that takes me interest, I know this one here. I'll get onto that in another video, no doubt. But this one here took me interest. Well, it took me interest. I know it quite well. Just come down from $1 million down to just under $1 million. This is very close to Lorient. Unfortunately, I can't actually show you the land map, the Google map, because Lorient has a military air base there and it's all like blurred out. So there you go. This property here, probably about 10-minute drive into the town of Lorient itself. I quite like it. I quite like its style. When you see on the map, it's actually quite well situated. Okay, a bit of work to be done on it. Usable, but needs updating. No double glazing. Wires are probably a bit old in. The wire's a bit old in. The wire's a bit old, or the wiring is a bit old even. Let's get it right the third time. But certainly, it's well situated. Lorient itself is about, say, an hour to Nantes and about an hour to Rennes. Or an hour and a quarter to Rennes, possibly. But certainly an interesting looking property. There's another one on their site I wanted to mention, which is this one here, which admittedly when you look at it, it doesn't really jump out at you. Yes, so they've got like a gypsy caravan type setup here. Gee whiz, just buy one of those and put it on any property. Nice bit of tarpaulin here. And what we call a Breton Longère, but 750,000 euros in the countryside. It's like, that seems pretty expensive. But there is a bit of a surprise. Not sure what you're going to do with this, but you've got a ruined chateau with it. There you go. Okay, when I say complete, well, not really ruined, it's a complete shell of a chateau, let's say. Complete renovation job. I need to get Dan from a place in, what's his channel called? Escape to the Countryside, I think. No, Dan is renovating the actual chateau, just him and 2 mates. Doing a great job. I think he's more courageous than I am, certainly. But yeah, lovely looking place if you ask me. It sort of really gets you going and gets you thinking. If you did want to do it, this is the sort of place you'll probably do. But do you want like a modern house with it? And admittedly, when I look at this photo here, you've got the pine panelling on the walls have been painted, so that's very like 1980s. This is fairly cheap carpeting down here. That's lino. These doors here with the extra banding, it's almost like a 1980s renovation, but it's been well looked after as such. But gives you a base for a chateau, but then again, I don't know, it's interesting, but I don't think it's for me. Well, A, I wouldn't want to renovate a whole chateau to start with. I'm just interested because I'm interested as opposed to actually wanting to buy it. But that's on the market presently at €750,000 with 2.5 acres of land and 4 bedrooms, 11 rooms, 240 metres square. But as you can see, this is here, just up here. Once again, a bit like the other one, a bit on the north coast, probably about half an hour to the actual coast. But another thing with it as well, which put me off, this is why it's always worth checking out the actual situation of the property. There you go, there's the house, there's the actual ruined chateau as such. I imagine that's part of the gardens there, looking at that fountain there. But if you go a bit further down, see here, you have this, you have this. These look like industrial farm units. I'm pretty sure they are, especially when I was being nosy as well. If you actually go to Google Street View, on this corner here, see that's the road up to the side, that's the road down. And that there, that sort of light blue trough thing there, that's what they use to remove the dead carcasses of the livestock. So it's either chicken or pig, or looking at the side, I'm guessing chicken. So it's surrounded by chicken farms. So other than that, it would have been a really nice property, because as you can see here, this is the actual village itself. And this, well, that line up there, if I actually come down here on Street View, boom, there you go. That's where the drive started before. So you've got like a mile long drive to get to the chateau. But unfortunately now, to a mile long drive, you see going up here, takes you to here, where you have to either go through one big farm or the other big farm to get to the chateau. So, bit of a downer, but certainly an interesting property. Anyway, next one I went on to the Emile Garcin website. Once again, Brittany, and maximum budget of €1 million. And to be perfectly honest, they've got 5 properties and nothing really turns beyond that much. Like I said, I'll be doing a second video to this where I'm actually going to go looking for these 1 million property, 1 million price tag properties on normal websites and see if it makes a difference. This property here, I believe I already mentioned in a video, but I do like this one admittedly. This is in the, I can't remember what it's called now, in the village of Guipry-Messac, which is halfway between Vannes and Rennes, let's say. And what's interesting about it is actually Guipry-Messac is actually a small, well, I suppose for Americans you call it a small village. We call it a small town over here. But it's also got a train station with the high-speed train which goes to Rennes and thus Paris. So very interesting. And literally you got about, I don't know, a 10-minute walk from this house to the train station. And all this isn't a chateau or a manor house. Is, I'm not sure how you class it. I class it as a folly, as they say in French, 1930s folly. But a very interesting property. Plenty of character, tons of character. And situated in the actual village with high-speed train connection to Paris, in the Breton countryside, and it's got about 5 hectares and it's actually in the village, so it's actually a pretty unique property, to be honest. I definitely think this one's worth thinking about. And that price bracket at the moment, that's in dollars, 823, not too sure what the dollar exchange rate is. Let's put it in euros. Is it going to change over? There you go, €840,000. So it's fairly similar, dollars to euros. But certainly worth thinking about that one. And as you see, this is, there's Vannes for you. There's Rennes. And this here is where the village is. So it's actually closer to Rennes than it is to Vannes, to be honest. But it is, this is the, I believe it's the Vilaine River going up there. And this is the village itself. You can just, this is the train line, and the red dot is where the house is. Let's just change over. You can see there's the actual village around it, and this is the actual house, where is it? Somewhere around here. Might be slightly off, but it's roughly there. There you go, there it is. Up there, sorry. There's the house. And it's got all this land here, which is quite a chunk. So certainly an interesting property to be thinking about, if you ask me. But let's see what Sotheby's got to offer. So Sotheby's went onto their website, €1 million, Brittany once again, and basically they have a lot of nice houses, but not what I call prestige as such. Unfortunately, in Brittany, because you're close to the coast, prices go up, and you seem to be getting nice houses which were a big price tag on them because they're close to the coast. Close to the coast for me means you can either get on your push bike and cycle down to the beach, or you can walk to the beach. As soon as you have to take your car, for me, you are not close to the coast. It might as be a half an hour away. You've got to load your car up, you've got to drive, you've got to go through all the traffic which is down by the coast during the summer months. You've got to find a parking area, unload your car, do your day stuff, then you're back up, loading the car, driving back through the traffic, back to your house. Like I said, it's not on the coast. But there's one or two properties here interest me, or caught my attention, let's say. There's this one here, which is a big longère. I had it on the books about 20 years ago, and so I only noticed this today, so I'm going to be looking into this one. But if you actually look at the photos here, thatched longhouse with about 3 acres of garden, I think it is, swimming pool, very traditional, very Breton, and fairly close to Van, and Van is an expensive area, admittedly. And this property, as I said, is situated close to Van. I'll show you on the map here. There you go, that's the outside of it, just there. And if I actually go to the map, there you go, it's just there. Okay, so I've got on the map here. See where red dot is, and that's Van just down here, and the Golfe de Morbihan is that blue area. So that's 10 minutes, quarter an hour maximum to Van, which is the capital of Morbihan. On their website they also had a second property which I thought was quite interesting. This one here. So this is in the commune of Treflion. 9 rooms, 220 metres square, 4 bedrooms, and an acre and a quarter of land with it. Asking price of $945,000. Photo wise, go back to the beginning. There you go. Bit of a overshot with a wide angle lens there. But a very traditional Breton manor house. Personally, I've seen lots of old Breton homes, and well, that's a lovely bathroom, cutting in. And it's nothing special. In fact, it's quite a bit of updating. In fact, looking at that, oh my god, yeah, that looks very much like what the French call a KGB. These are cast iron single glazed roof light, which went out in about the 1950s, and they've still got one here. That's weird. They should get double glazed there. I'm not saying it is. The photo's a bit blown out, so it's hard to say, but it looks like one, certainly. There you go, in the little hamlet, church behind it, other houses, and that'll be the back there, that'll be the church here, entrance down. So certainly interesting looking property. Is it worth going on for €1 million? Not sure. We'll have to have a closer look. And this one is situated, here you go, here's van. But looking at proximity to van, it probably is worth $1 million. Well, not necessarily in my eyes, but in most people's, due to the proximity to van, which is a very expensive area in Brittany. And you can see this is in the village of Locotas. There's a that's Treffillon, sorry. In the village of Treffillon, that's it, yeah. In this hamlet called Cran. So that's the church we saw there. This is the house here. Then I thought, well, okay, done all those websites. Let's see what Patrice Besse has to offer. Under $1 million in Brittany. Well, with them it's quite simple. Under $1 million with them, there's only 2 houses. This one, which is just a maison bourgeois, nothing impressive at all, if you ask me. And this manor house here, which is in the Côte d'Amour, and if I remember properly, up towards Saint-Brieuc. Certainly a nice looking property. Fully renovated. Got a pool there as well. All double glazed. Not too sure about that extension there, to be honest, but so yeah, self-explanatory. 1724. Spiral staircase, little arrow slots, fairly bright and clean. Quite a bit of land. So very nice property as such. What I find worrying is when you look at the situation. Because this property here, there you go, this is it here. Just outside the town of Plumagua. Plumagua is, let's say, a suburb of Saint-Brieuc. And, well, let's go look at this way first. Because when I looked at it initially on Google, this is what I saw. The first thing I saw was this blocked road up here. And these big arrows. So the big roundabout there, and this is blocked off for some reason. So it got me thinking. Then you've got an industrial unit here. And you've got more industrial units here. So actually when you come out of Street View, this is the manor house here. That is the dual carriageway. There's the Clare Drive, there's a veranda factory. What's that? That's actually, no, sorry, other factories here. Hydrofill factories, different factories around you basically. So you're actually pretty much in the industrial zone. Even if you are actually in your own little island off it, let's say. And so, well, hardly the best place to be. Unless you happen to be the boss of one of the companies just literally around you. In that case, it'd be great to have your own house, manor house, next to your work. But unless you do actually buy that factory, can't see much point myself. Well then, I went on to the last site, which is Bien Typique. Espace Typique, I always get that wrong. Which is a website I quite like, even if they are a bit weird sometimes. They actually do make a bit of speciality going for unusual houses, or not normal houses, let's say. This house here is situated, I can't remember now, where is it situated? In Henanbienne, which is up in the Côte d'Amour. 250 metres square, 5 bedrooms, 4 hectares, which is about 10 acres, sorry. 4 hectares, yeah, 10 acres, yeah. Just under the $1 million mark. What made me laugh though is actually getting outside shots, a bit like the other agency. You had to watch the video. This is actually where I'll pause the video here so you can see what it looks like from the outside. Other than that, there's no actual outside shots except things like this where you can see like a, okay, yeah, so built a terrace. But looking through this, all looks very clean and tidy. Recently renovated, as I said. And after that, it's down to you to see if their choice of renovation suits your choice, obviously. That's one thing, for example. If I just look at this quickly, if I go back and actually, so there's the kitchen in one angle, looking very posh. There's another kitchen with this bull statue on there. I don't know about you, but in our family we do a lot of cooking, and if I had a house that size, well, the kitchen I think would take up all of that room. Because it doesn't look like a kitchen, you've got a sink there, no sorry, you've got a sink there, you've got a hot plate there, you've got an oven there. I don't think they're necessarily the people who cook the most. But you can have actually a Super Mario game, you can build a table, etc, etc. Okay, horses for courses, but seems a bit weird to me. Oh, coming back to that looked like electric heating. So, work that one out. Pretty expensive for that size property. Oh, why do the French do this? That's a bath, just there. That's your bed. I don't know about you, but I think if my wife woke up in the morning and saw me standing up, getting out of the bath, start naked, she wouldn't be that impressed. Well, so there you go. Basically, they are the properties on the market for under £1 million, or the best ones, put it that way, in Brittany at this present time from the top agencies. Like I said, I'll do a follow-up video once I have time to scout through the actual websites and for the non-prestige agencies, see if they've got anything better to offer, which I think probably would be the case, actually, looking at this section. But if I had to choose one, it'd pretty well definitely this one here. Okay, no, it's not a manor house. No, it's not a chateau. But it's got a whole lot of character. You've got 5 hectares. You're in the centre of a town. You've got the fast train to Rennes and Paris. Lots of things which ticks lots of boxes for lots of people. So that one is certainly worth looking at. But yeah, I'll be back soon with a section of the, let's say, the underdog agencies. See if they've got anything better. And speak to you soon. But don't forget to like, subscribe and tick that bell button for me. Bye.